Welcome to That's Why podcast with Patricia and Anna, the show where we arouse your curiosity while we dull your senses.
Hi, Anna.
Hi, Patricia.
Hi. Oh, swan.
Yes.
Swan lang.
Swanland.
Swan lang.
L-A-N. Swanland.
Swanland.
Yep.
Anna's name is so beautiful. Okay, anyway, we're saying hi, and this is going to take some adjusting for us too, because she's not used to calling me Patricia.
That is hard.
And I'm not used to calling you Swan, but we
you
like
can call me Anna too.
I like that one, though.
Okay.
I'm not getting freaky with Anna. Okay, guys, don't.
Even though we're on her
I
bed.
know, we're on it. You should see this cozy little thing we got going on here, except for this forsaken table that keeps
moving.
moving.
This is very dangerous. This is a very dangerous I was gonna say position, but that sounds weird.
Gosh. Okay, we're getting erotic. But listen, so our second episode of the year of 2022.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited for 2022. What about you?
I'm very excited. We don't have the mask mandate anymore.
Yes.
And I'm not trying to be political again like my other episode. But COVID is here to stay, guys.
Yes.
I'm
yes.
sorry. It's
We
here
have to
to
learn
stay.
how to live with it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So anyway.
So I'm happy that a lot of that is being lifted, and we're
Yes.
getting a little bit back to normal. Who doesn't want to, right?
Right.
All right. So talk to us about today's show.
All right. Well, Phobias was picked because last time we did
Fetishes.
Thank you.
Yes.
And we thought it would be
I heard good things about that.
and we both have different definitions that we found.
Yes.
My definition says fear is a legitimate reaction to a threat. Phobia is an irrational fear when danger isn't present.
Yes.
And then, what is
So
yours?
what I looked up that I liked, it said a phobia is a type of anxiety disorder, which I found very interesting, defined by a persistent and excessive fear of an object or situation. Phobias typically result in a rapid onset of fear and are present for more than 6 months. So if you have a fear of some kind that's 6 months or more, then you could say that that's developed into, or that is a phobia that you possess, right? It's not just.
It's not a, if
It's not a one occasion thing. Just like the difference between I'm sad today and I'm depressed.
Yes.
Depressed lasts and lingers, right?
Yes.
Whereas you could have a little melancholy day. So I think a phobia, and we're going to talk about ours.
What
and
is
you'd be
yours?
surprised. Oh,
Yeah.
we can talk about it now?
Let's talk about it now.
All
I want
right.
to know. What?
Okay.
Oh,
Well, let me tell you. Okay, so it used to be a phobia, and I'm not ashamed to say that I got over this phobia when I was probably about 42, 43. So it lasted all my life, and I was afraid of the dark.
really?
Oh my gosh. Like, let's say that I turned off the lights in my bedroom and I was walking away, I would get this really weird, eerie feeling in the back of my neck. I was just afraid that either, some creepy thing was going to crawl out or someone was going to break in and I was going to open my eyes. But the dark, I had such a negative association with the dark that bad things happen in the dark. And so I was afraid of the dark.
How did you get over it? What were your steps?
Well, I wouldn't say that I made a concerted effort, but it was just, I guess, with maturity. By 42, you should be a mature adult and say, okay, all these phobias or this phobia that I've had all these years, has anything resulted from it? Like, what are the chances of what you think is going to happen happening? And I just kind of talked myself out of it. But I'm going to be honest. Growing up in a Dominican household, they're always, the boogeyman, el cuco. El cuco is coming to get you. That's what we call the boogeyman in Spanish. And you were always like threatened, like if you don't eat, the cuco is coming to get you at night. So they made you afraid of the dark. And then religion, anything that like omens and all those nasty devils, it's all like it happens at night. And then when I left all of those dogmas and stuff, I was like, you know what? It's so ridiculous that I still believe. It's almost like believing in this fairy tale that you were taught when you were little. And you realize, no, I'm old enough. This is probably, I'm not being logical. Mm-hmm. A lot of phobias are really not logical, right? And so when I tapped into my logic, I pretty much lost my phobia, at least of the dark.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know if I have a phobia, and I usually like creepy crawly bugs, like spiders, tarantulas, scorpions. Like I like ugly little bugs or like ugly animals. But when I saw a worm, I couldn't touch it. But now I touch them all the time. But before I couldn't touch it, it gave me the creepy feeling.
heebie-jeebies.
The heebie-jeebies. And then it was 2 years ago, and I was on shrooms doing some garden work. And I was like, oh my God, you know, like, look at all these worms, and they're making all this yummy soil for my plants, you know, and it really.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that just kind of shifted the way you saw worms.
Yeah.
Anna, but let me tell you, a worm would give me the heebie-jeebies. Just like looking at the way it moves.
Oh.
I don't know. There is something about it.
But see, now I think they're cute. So I wasn't sure if I had a phobia back then. Or if it's just a heebie-jeebie.
Yeah, heebie-jeebies is different.
'Cause it's not a fear of worms.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
I see. Got
Interesting.
it. And during our fetish episode, we talked about really funny fetishes. One was lunars. They were the ones that were sexually aroused by
balloons.
Yes.
Yes.
And the phobia of balloons is called globophobia.
Right.
And the next one was mechanophilia. It's a sexual arousal of cars or machines. And mechanophobia is the fear of that.
Oh,
so I felt like
it's
those
the opposite.
Yeah. So I felt like, okay, those are similar names, you know? And then sexual arousal of poop is coprophilia. And the fear of feces is coprophobia. So those I feel like are similar.
Okay.
I'm going to ask you 4 phobias, and I want you to see what you think they are. Okay.
Oh, gosh.
Okay.
4?
Yes, just 4.
Okay.
Just 4.
Okay.
Nomophobia.
The fear of numbers?
You're close.
The fear of math?
No.
The fear of phones?
The fear of being without your phone. So this is a new phobia.
Anna, you're so sweet.
What?
I'm like the fear of numbers. You're like close. No, that's not close at all. Okay,
because you dial numbers
on
your
your
phone.
If it would have been my kids, I would like, yo, you are so far. You are so cold. You're gonna die in the cold. No, that's not close at all. Okay, so fear of being without your phone.
Yes.
Listen, I think if I was without do you know what? One time I went to the bathroom and I put it on I was texting them that I was going to be in the bathroom. So I put it down on the dispenser, the metal case of the dispenser for the toilet paper. And I got up and I left and I almost walked out without it. And immediately, like, I think I took 3 steps and then my heart started pounding and I'm like, where's my phone? And of course it was there because I was the only one in the bathroom. But I thought if I ever lost my phone, I think I'd panic more than if I lost one of my kids.
Why?
Are you kidding me? I do everything on that thing. It's everything to me.
But you can get a new phone.
But it doesn't have all my stuff stored. Right? Doesn't it not have all my stuff stored?
Unless it's on a cloud.
And like passwords and pictures and text
messages. Does it not
messages?
save on your cloud? Your
I
Google
don't know.
Cloud? Your Google Photos?
Maybe that's a phobia.
The Drive? I see.
I see. Lack of knowledge is not a good thing.
No,
ignorance is not bliss right now.
I'm sorry.
Does it? I didn't think it stored all of that in the cloud, and I thought that when you got a new phone, then you would have to transfer it and you'd have to have that. But it's not. That's not the case.
No,
Where have I been? Oh my gosh.
I mean,
What
I don't know
happened?
where your things are being saved, but if you have an Android, you can save things on your Google Drive, Google Photos, and then every time you take a picture, it saves into there automatically.
But what about your text messages?
No, those are gone.
Okay.
You save text messages?
Are you kidding me? Yes, everything.
What?
Anyone who's ever sent me something,
But
you're still in my phone.
Why?
I don't know. I just like to have a history.
Interesting.
I love to have a history.
I lose my phone all the time. If I didn't have my phone for days or weeks, I wouldn't care.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
No, this is
Wow.
what I live and breathe. It's attached to me. So I have homophobia. What do I have? Nomophobia. Nomophobia. No phone for you.
Oh, because it's is no mobile. Like no.
Oh,
yeah, that's
okay.
why they said. Isn't that weird?
That's
Yeah.
interesting.
Okay.
Okay, that's
the
a new
next
word.
one is
Yes.
hippopotamonstrosis squipedaliophobia.
Wow.
What do you think that is?
Does it have anything to do with animals?
No.
Okay. I don't know, Anna.
Fear of long words.
Oh, no, you didn't. Anna, did you just make that up? No. Oh my God.
It's true.
I feel like they're playing with our heads. Who did this?
Watch, I show you. It's real.
Homo, that has like what? The 26 letters of the alphabet? Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, that's for
Fear
real.
for long words? Yep.
That is incredible. Oh my gosh. I was like, Anna, you're kidding.
That's so funny.
Okay.
Okay, what is this one? Wait, did you look?
No.
Okay. Aerophobia.
Fear of heights?
Close.
Fear of arrows? Is this
Not
as close? Is this as close as the phone? With the numbers? Okay. Fear of heights, fear of being in the air.
Yes.
Or flying in the air.
Yes, exactly.
Oh,
Fear
okay.
of flying.
Fear. Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
And then xanthophobia.
What does xantho mean?
Fear of the color yellow.
Wow.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with the word.
Yeah, xantho, like you would think, what does that mean, right? Because that's how you would
Right.
decipher, is breaking it down.
I wonder if xantho is like a Greek word or Latin.
What is
Yep.
the...
It's a scientific term. It's a prefix meaning yellow. It is
Huh.
Greek. It is Greek. Yeah.
That's so
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so here are supposedly the 10 most common phobias.
Okay.
So this says atychophobia is fear of failure.
Oh.
I think we all have that. We have a titch of that. Okay. Thank you, Anna. Sound effects. Okay. Thanatophobia is the fear of death.
That makes sense.
Okay, thanatophobia. Nosophobia. N-O-S-O. Nosophobia. Fear of developing a disease.
Oh.
That's pretty common too. I mean, people, you can't tell people they have a cold, or I saw something in my stool. We were talking about stool earlier today. You don't want to
Why?
hear about that.
Well, we just want to know, why are they so, there's so many colors.
I know. And you're
Every
like, it means
Day's a
something.
different color. It's like, you know,
Today was yellow.
it's the same person, but like, yeah.
Yeah.
weird.
So
Anyway.
what do you call fear of poop? Did you say that?
It's called coprophilia.
Coprophilia. That's right. Okay.
Oh, coprophobia. I'm so
Oh,
sorry.
right. The phobia part.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay. Obviously, everybody knows arachnophobia. Wasn't there a movie called
Yes.
Arachnophobia, Fear of Spiders? And this one's Phobia. Phobia. I don't know why I'm chopping that up. Fear of driving.
Oh.
And who doesn't know the classic claustrophobia?
Uh-huh.
That's what my kids calls me. They calls me claustrophobia.
Are you?
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh.
But
Really?
but it says fear of enclosed spaces.
Oh.
Archophobia is fear of heights. So it's different than the aerophobia.
Aerophobia. Yes.
Aerophobia.
Uh-huh.
And then that was the next one. Aerophobia is that. So those are the top 10
Wow.
phobias, right? Now, these are the rare and uncommon phobias.
Oh, okay. Let's hear those.
So, ablutophobia is the fear of bathing.
Oh.
I think a lot of teenagers have that. I'm
Ew,
just kidding.
gross.
Okay. Okay, this was hard to pronounce. Aruchitibophobia. Shoot. It's the fear of peanut butter sticking on the roof of your mouth.
He said Ruth.
Ruth. Oops, I mean Ruth. The roof is on fire. We don't know. It's the fear of peanut butter sticking to the roof of your mouth. We haven't been drinking or anything. Okay, arithmophobia.
Math? Okay.
Yes, the fear of math. Now, chirophobia is the fear of hands. And I don't know if it's chiro or chirophobia.
Huh.
This is cleophobia, is the fear of newspapers. CHLOE. Is it cloaphobia?
I think it's Chloe, yeah.
All right. Sorry, I'm botching this up. Anyway, globophobia is the fear of
Balloons.
There you go. We covered that. So
Yes.
that's the most, like, the rarest. And then omphalophobia. O-M. So omphalophobia. is fear of umbrellas.
What the?
Wow. Oh, I'm sorry. What?
What is it?
It says not fear of umbrellas, of umbilicus.
Like
fear of umbilicus below buttons.
What is an umbilicus?
Let's look it up.
So it says it's a depression or hole at the center of the shell whorls of some gastropod mollusks and many aminides. A hole at each end of the hollow shaft of a feather? That's what it is?
That's weird. But
Wait,
then again, so is global phobia.
Let's see.
But at least we know what that is. We know what balloons look like.
Oh, it says that a belly button is also known as umbilicus.
Oh, so that's why it said below the button.
Below the button.
I don't
Interesting. Okay.
So fear of the belly button. I like the belly button.
I think they're cute, huh?
They're adorable.
What about outies?
I like outies.
You do?
I like outies, innies. I like them all.
Really?
They all have their own,
personality.
Yes, exactly.
I like outies.
Circumcised, uncircumcised. I mean, it's all the same thing.
Well, I have a preference. But
I think outies or innies, they're cute.
Really?
I prefer that if myself, I have an innie.
Uh-huh. If I had an outie, I
good.
think I would get surgery to get an innie.
Really?
Uh-huh.
I guess, would it depend on how it looks? Because I've seen some outies. I mean, most of the outies I've seen, they're kind of cute.
Really? Outie belly button. I don't know. Let's see. See, that doesn't
It looks
look...
like a binky.
See? I mean, that lady, she's pregnant.
Okay, now
that's cute. Because she's pregnant.
But that one's not so attractive right there. That one.
That one's not.
That looks like a flesh that just didn't get processed. See, I think that's cute and adorable. Now she's got a cute little shape, of course.
She's got abs.
But that looks like an anus.
That one looks like a penis head.
Oh dear.
Like shrinkage.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like little...
when it goes, when it hides and when retracts, and it's like, I'm so scared. Yeah, that's what that one looks like.
That's what
dear,
it looks
let me
like.
see. Muscular guy. Let me see.
Oh my gosh. It's like a muscular belly button.
It's like a belly button that's been lifting weights. You guys should see this. It's hilarious.
Oh, that's so funny. Okay.
So... I don't think I've ever seen an innie I don't like, but the outies are the ones that have a little bit more character,
yes,
right? So
that's true. You're right.
Yeah, but I'm not afraid of belly buttons. So
I saw that there were a few different types of therapy, but one is exposure therapy, where you repeatedly expose yourself to that fear. They said, for example, someone with panic disorder might be instructed to run in place in order to make his or her heart speed up, and therefore learn that the sensation is not dangerous. Yep. And another one is a drug called propranolol. And fear memories can be deactivated with beta blockers, and beta blockers reduce blood pressure and blocks adrenaline. So those were some of the things that could help people cope with phobias. But I'm all about exposure therapy. I think the more you do something, the less fearsome. Is fearsome a word? Okay. That you are of that.
That it is. And that it becomes. And I think that in overcoming my own phobia of the fear of the dark, what is that even called?
Well,
Can you look it up?
Yeah, let's see.
I can't do two things at once. So I'm going to talk while she looks it up. But the point is this. I had to talk myself through it many nights when I would be alone in the room, and I knew that there were people at home or they were not. So that's to a degree kind of your own self-exposure therapy, where you have to talk yourself through it. And I love this thing that Sam Harris said, which was, a lot of times you experience the same feelings, but because of the narrative that you're telling yourself, you perceive it as being a completely different experience. So for example, the same sensation or feelings that you feel like when you're going to get on a ride, like up in one of those, roller coaster rides or whatever, is the same anxiety that you feel when you're probably afraid. But you talk yourself and you kind of label it something different. Does that make sense? So to talk yourself through it is super helpful, and don't run from it, but make it logical again in your mind. Try to understand what it is that you're feeling instead of giving in to being like, I'm so scared and I'm freaked out. Okay, so what is going on? Am I okay? again, that's kind of like your own mini exposure therapy to face the fear instead of trying to medicate it or run from it. And I think a lot of it also depends on the depth and how severe the phobia is, of course, right?
Yes.
If it's stopping you from living your life, you might want to take other measures. But there's so many times that we're experiencing something and it just takes a shift of the mind to mute it, to kind of dilute it in ourselves. You know what I mean? So anyway, so what's it called?
Nyctophobia.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yep. That's interesting, huh?
Yeah.
Because I feel like everyone has some type of fear of the dark. If I'm at home alone, and let's say if Peter was out of town, I do sleep with the light on. But my fear isn't of the dark itself. But I'm like, if I'm alone, I want to hear the house and see what's happening.
Right. Like you want to see if someone came in or something. Yeah. But you won't be able to see it in the dark.
Right.
Yeah.
But the dark itself, I don't mind, you know?
Yeah.
What about you? If you're alone, you're okay with it now?
Well, yeah, I'm okay with it now. I'm okay sleeping in the dark.
But what if you're by yourself?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Oh,
I mean, there have been many
see.
times where I'm here and the fireplace is going and everything is dark and I'm sitting there and I feel okay.
Oh.
Yeah, where I wouldn't do that.
Yes.
My mother always kind of, well, you know, our parents instill so many fears, right? The ridiculous things of like the boogeyman and whatnot. And she would say that the dark is bad. And that's so sad because it's not. This is how we sleep. This is how we get our rhythms, our circadian rhythms, right?
Yes.
This is how
we
nature
heal our
sleeps.
body.
Oh.
We heal our mind.
Yes, it's essential.
Yeah.
And how do you appreciate the sun and the light if you don't have the dark? And the darkness has its own beauty.
Yes.
The moon, the stars, you can't see that in the daytime. A nice fire, right, in your backyard. So I was taught to be afraid of the dark. And I finally worked through getting all those fears.
I'm glad to hear that.
But it took a long time, man. I mean, you're in your early 40s.
Yeah, your whole life.
And it's embarrassing. I used to be like, I can't tell people I'm afraid of the dark. Till I got over it. And then I'd be like, you know, I used to be afraid of the dark up until my early 40s. And people would look at me like I'm crazy. And you know what? That's another thing, that when you do naughty things, whatever those may be, you usually hide. And
it's so secretive.
And what do you do it? You do it in the dark.
Yes.
You know, it's definitely the way we see the dark.
Right.
We've been conditioned. But it's a beautiful thing.
I love the dark.
Yeah. So this was an important episode because oops. Let me not knock my mic off the table. Anyway, this has been such an interesting day. Okay. So that's why understanding your phobias is important, because getting to know what that is and how severe it is can help you to either mitigate or help yourself or talk to other people. You'd be surprised how many people might even share your same phobia and help you get over it.
Very true. Thank you. All right, everybody. Thanks for listening. If you would like to be a part of our show, we would love to hear from you. Ask us questions and share your story. We'll give you our unfiltered, unprofessional, unqualified advice. Record an audio clip and send it into thatswhyshow@gmail.com. Find us on Instagram and Facebook, and our podcast is on all the platforms out there. And please follow and subscribe. What should we do about our quote? Because we don't have one. So
you know what? Can I share 2 quotes that really enlightened me this month of February? One was when I was with my girlfriend, Kristen. Shout out to Kristen. And she is my new partner in fitness. And we were working out the other day, and, you know, you stand in front of the mirror and you kind of self-deprecate and you feel kind of crappy. And she was feeling really bad, and we were kind of talking ourselves through it, a little bit therapy session in my car. And she said something so profound. And she said, I guess, you know, I shouldn't feel bad because for every good thing that I did, it was a bad mistake I didn't make.
Oh,
I love that. That's right. For every good thing that you did, I don't care how small it was. Did you drink that extra glass of water? Did you park a little farther from wherever you were going in? Did you not sleep in? Did you do your meditation? All those little things. Did you not eat those chips? Whatever. that for every good thing you did, it was a mistake that you didn't make, that you did not. And so that is so powerful. And the other quote that I loved was, don't be sad that it's over. Be happy that it happened.
Oh, I love that one.
We are so conditioned to hold on to things and not let it go, and sad that it ends. But we should really embrace the positive side of it, which is we should be happy that it ever happened. And whatever we take away from it, how wonderful it was.
Yes.
And hold on to that.
Very true.
So I love those two. I just wanted to share that.
Beautiful. I love that.
Thanks. So I want to do a shout out to my friend Maria. Maria works for JetBlue, and she and I became kind of close. We met on a flight from here, Utah, to Fort Lauderdale, and we've kept in touch through WhatsApp. And she listens to our show, and she just loved it. And I thought that was awesome that she gave me feedback. And then I met a friend through my husband. Her name is Judy. She's from Utah, and she was telling me that she listened to our show on fetishes.
Ooh.
And that she loved it. And then it opened the conversation up when I was in Idaho Falls with my husband. So shout out to Judy as well.
Yes,
Thanks
you
for
so
listening,
much.
guys.
Thank you, Judy and Maria.
Yes,
Thank
absolutely.
You so much.
So
Yay.
with that, peace, love, and dark chocolate.
Yes.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.